Well, you know, I mean, you look back at the 60s and it's all nostalgia, but we lived it. I mean, it's just the way things were. So it was fun at the 50th anniversary party to see people dressed up in the era. And I mean, I just couldn't help myself. I'd just walk up to some of the women and say, oh my God, you look just like what I used to wear, you know. There was one lady here who was wearing a dress that was my dress. I mean, it was so similar, I couldn't believe it.
You thought she'd found it at a thrift shop or something.
That I wore when we went out and did our presentation of the silver dollars. And then, of course, this whole Madman thing has been fascinating for us to watch because, you know, it was different in New York than it was here. We were certainly not at the level and didn't have the level of accounts that they had. But the way things were approached and watching the accounts that they have, lots of it rings a lot of bells with us.
Our high tech then was, I tell people the story and they look at me like, is that real? You know, when we started off, we had 2 typewriters and a mimeograph machine. And we thought we were pretty high tech. You know, that we could whip off
They
these
were
scripts.
Selectrics. They were IBM Selectrics.
Yeah. So the technology has changed a bit. And of course, then everything was you would send plates to the Republican Gazette to print, and we helped the Republic pioneer printing colored ads because they had never done it before. And somebody in our art department figured out for them how to do it. And we would send them what they called in those days, and I never understood this completely because plates are made out of metal, but we would buy special non-shrink plates to send to the RNG so they could maybe get it in register, you know, somewhere near
Sometimes they didn't.
not often, but by mistake, once in a while they would. There were a lot of, and it's amazing to me through the years, and I've told a lot of people this, some of the nicest people, the highest caliber people I have ever met are people in the media and agency business. I mean, we did business all the time with a handshake, a telephone call, buying a lot of media and stuff, and nobody reneged on any. You know, they were people of their word, and I think that is true. Advertising people sometimes get a bum rap on that, but they did smoke a lot of cigarettes and stuff, and drink a lot of martinis. They did that.
You know, drinking at lunch was very common back then, and.
Sort of a social thing to go to Durant's and have a martini with your client.
Yeah, Durant's was the meeting place. It was the watering. Durant's, and there was another one across the street, Kelly's. Those were the 2 places that everybody went. You know, I mean, business was pretty much conducted in those days along Central Avenue. I mean, that's where all the businesses were. I mean, Scottsdale was just a little burg out there, you know, and none of that was here. No freeways, no. You know, so